Islands of Genius, page 16. A 54-year-old construction worker with no prior art interest or talent survives a stroke and suddenly, very foreign to his earlier interests, becomes an accomplished poet, artist, and sculptor. 12 elderly persons with frontotemporal dementia, FTD, show art or musical composition abilities, several at a prodigious level, as the dementia proceeds. No such interest or talent was evident before the beginning of the dementia process. A 54-year-old surgeon gets struck by lightning, which he survives. After several weeks of mild memory impairment, he develops an obsessive interest in classical music, which was not present pre-incident. He learns to play the piano but has a recurrent, intrusive, unrelenting tune in his head, which he subsequently transcribes into a major sonata. He now performs professionally. His medical skills remain unaffected. A 40-year-old motivational speaker dives into a shallow pool and sustains a major concussion. When he recovers, he is able to play the piano and guitar, neither of which he could play pre-injury. He now composes movie soundtracks and makes his living performing professionally. There is no other residual from the concussion. A middle-aged woman has a stroke from which she fully recovered, except now she speaks with an unmistakable and precise foreign accent of a country she has never visited. Islands of Genius, page 237. DA, knocked into music. Derek Amato was a 40-year-old corporate trainer when he dived into a shallow pool and suffered a severe concussion. He was in hospital for 2 days but seemed to have recovered fully without deficit, except for a 35% hearing loss. Amato had only dabbled in music as a child but never studied music or had any formal training. When he left the hospital, he went to visit a musician friend at his home. It was there his sudden genius exploded on the scene. For some unknown reason, I sat down at his piano and began to play. There was no progression. It's not like I started playing Mary Had a Little Lamb. I just started to play classically structured music, full composition, if you will. I ripped off immediately into a very long piece, and I sat there playing for about 7 hours straight. Neither of us knew what to think. We were in awe. My friend has known me his whole life, so he just kind of sat there almost in tears. We both were. I was just as shocked as he was. Amato states that until his accident, he had never touched a piano. I still can't read music or tell you where the notes are. All I know is that the black keys are flat. I don't even know what I'm going to play each time I sit down. But since my accident, the notes just pour out of me. Amato immediately shared this musical epiphany with his mother, who herself played the piano but was well aware that her son had never done so. "You're never going to believe this," he told his mother. I took her to a local music store and sat down and played. She just sat there and cried. Total notation recall, he terms it. If he hears a piece, he can play it. If he does get something in his head, he has to find a piano and immediately play a part of that piece so it remains with him. Once embedded, it then remains. Amato has become a professional musician, but even to this day cannot read or write music. The best way to explain it is that I see these black and white structures like little blocks or squares, and that's what I play. I play with my eyes shut. I don't even have to look at the keys, and I have no idea what is coming next. Summary: sudden genius, like the acquired savant or accidental genius, suggests to me a pool of latent potential of varying size within us all. In the acquired savant, some injury or disease in a particular area of the brain is the stimulus to tap that dormant reservoir of talent, and typically, the new skills are accompanied by some residual trade-off, major or minor, of some cognitive or memory function. Those persons with sudden genius, in contrast, tap abruptly and unexpectedly into a pool of talent without significant brain injury or disease, and there is no residual trade-off for their newfound abilities. This circumstance, like the acquired savant, also argues, for me, the existence of an inner savant within us all.
Do you understand that the majority of all individuals who in your terms are strongly psychic or are channeling today have at one time or another in their lives experienced either a concussion or a strong electric shock?
No, I do not.
Now you do.
Well, I did, but
to unlock, completely unlock you from the habitual rituals and belief patterns that you were brought up with. In a sense, literally scrambling your circuits. Understand that the idea of channeling in a controlled fashion is very similar to the experience of short-circuiting that many of you call epilepsy. The idea of the seizures, in a sense, are miniature concussions. And the idea of channeling, in a sense, is a controlled seizure of a sort, wherein it regards the electrical activity of your brain. Concussions, many times, are simply another way that many of you have, yes, a drastic way, I will admit, of releasing certain patterns of electrical conductivity within your brain to make it more conducive for you to channel the amount of energy in the way you wish to channel it, that you wish to channel in your life. You follow? So like many others, it simply has been your way to take it upon yourself to believe that you needed to shock yourself out of those old belief systems very quickly, very rapidly, rather than taking years and years and years and years of your time to process yourself through it. Now you are wide open. Your circuits are now interchangeable, very loose, very malleable, interconnectable into different reality patterns. Do you understand, all of you, literally, physiologically, every thought you have actually changes the neuronic pathways of your brain? Literally. It does. So realize now what you have done is opened yourself up for very rapid change. You are now very loosely connected, not strongly connected to any one particular reality, so that you can plug in, like what you might call colloquially a switchboard, to many realities, so that you can funnel and integrate and channel that energy through you. There is another way to allow this to occur. The BLT, if you wish, the blue light technique. The idea, simply, is to allow yourself to close your eyes and imagine yourself drifting in a place of perfect peace. Whatever that may be, whenever that may be, it does not matter. Trust your imagination. And as you are floating, drifting, laying, dark, light, cool, warm, doesn't matter, in a relaxed and meditative state, if you imagine yourself surrounded by a crystalline sphere of transparent blue-white energy, extending at least 1 to 3 feet above your head, 1 to 3 feet below your feet, going all the way around so that your body is floating in the middle of it. Even if you're lying on the ground, allow the sphere to go through the ground. Then you can imagine that not only is it a hollow sphere, it is filled with blue, effervescent, electric, liquid light. And that you are actually breathing this light in and out, in and out, slowly, comfortably. And as you breathe this light in and out like a thick electric liquid, you begin to feel the liquid actually penetrating the pores of your body, the cells of your body, the molecules, the atomic structure of your body. You are now literally breathing this fluid in and out with your whole body, not just your mouth, not just your nose, your whole body. And as you begin to do this more and more, in your imagination, allow your physical body to begin to dissolve, to become the blue liquid. Allow yourself to become one homogeneous blue liquid light sphere. And as you imagine this, picture it to be a completely homogeneous sphere where no one part stands out more than any other part. And the whole sphere is breathing, beating, with one pulse, one breath, one heart. And it is your consciousness itself, made out of electromagnetic light, electromagnetic fundamental energy, the primal vibration of creation. You are completely harmoniously synchronized with it at this point in this exercise. Then, focus your consciousness inward to the very center of the sphere and see a tiny crystalline seed sparkling, shining, forming at the center of the sphere. out of the liquid, this seed is formed, this crystal is formed. And it grows and multiplies. 2, 4, 8. More and more crystals growing and growing and growing and growing into the shape of your body, your idealized body state. And know, as you see this body grow, that it is now made of the homogeneous liquid, the homogeneous energy. It is balanced, it is regrowing, it is transparent, it is pure, it is crystalline. Allow the body to reform. And know beyond a shadow of a doubt that it is not the old body. Literally. It is a new representation, a new body to represent the persona you prefer to be, made out of the vibration you prefer to be, and nothing else. It is a laser-like, monochromatic, single crystalline form, vibrating on one frequency, the frequency of the reality you prefer. Then take 3 breaths with that new body. Lock it in. Let the energy sphere dissolve, but know that it is always around you. Always is your body within it. Out of this sphere, you will now create the rest of your seemingly external experiential reality. But you will always remember the following thing. Consciousness is not in your body. Your body is in your consciousness. It is your idea of yourself. Then simply continue to breathe and open your eyes from your meditation and know that you are different, that your world is not the same world it used to be, literally, because you create your universal reality, literally, and that now it is more representative of who you desire to be. You will be representative and completely made of the same substance as the reality around you. You are one thing. One thing. And you can allow yourself to know whatever you need to know, when you need to know it, to be who you desire to be.